Are you tired of the old ways of trying to recruit friends and family to your MLM? Tactics just don't work anymore. Have you wanted to quit and say the heck with this, but something still gives you that burning desire to rock this business? All you needed was the way. This is Network Freaking Marketing Radio.
All right, guys, today we are on Network Freaking Marketing Radio, and we're doing an interview with industry legend and been in the business for quite some time, Mr. Sieg Taylor. Sieg, how are you doing today?
I'm absolutely wonderful, Ryan. Thank you for inviting me this evening to speak with you.
It's interesting, Sieg. You know, you've been in the industry from talking before we started this interview. You've been in this thing in network marketing for over 26 years. That,
Yes,
that amount
sir.
of knowledge and everything that you get. And it looks like you have something here that's kind of a game changer in the industry, literally. And I want to know more about opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, about the best way to explain it is I have to go back to my childhood. And I was a big Monopoly player as a kid. Now, I didn't understand the game. I understood how to win, but I didn't understand that game, actually, if you apply some of the concepts and the techniques and the principles of Monopoly, you can apply it to real life. And I grew up very humble. My parents were very poor. They immigrated here from Germany. And I ever since I've been a little kid, I've been always wanting to earn money. I remember my mom dropping me off on the highway. Now, I would never do this to my kids, but she gave me 3 gunny sacks, and those people don't know what a gunny sack is. It's a plastic bag and a trash bag, and I'd pick up aluminum cans. And back then we got 10 cents a pound for them. So I've always been intrigued with going out and kind of making things happen. But it wasn't until I was married a couple years to my lovely wife, who you'll see in the background here walking around, because we have a true home-based business. We've been stay-at-home parents for 20 plus years now. But so that kind of growing up humble, by the way, my wife also grew up humble. Her father immigrated here from Germany. Her mother was Italian, and both stayed home. Both her parents worked full-time. Both my parents worked full-time. We just worked. And I've been married for a couple years at this point, and I just kind of told her, I said, I don't want to do what my parents did, and I don't want you to do what your parents, follow in their footsteps, which is do nothing but work. I want to stay at home. And she goes, well, how are we going to do this? And I go, I just don't know, but we'll figure this deal out. And it was a short time after that somebody had come by, actually a friend of mine, and I trusted him. He was a professional. He has his own practice, and it was kind of interesting. He asked me, he goes, have you heard of network marketing? I go, no, what is it? And he kind of explained it to me. He says, well, it's a company that promotes through word of mouth. And at that point I had my own business, and I completely understood word of mouth, because a lot of my clients would talk to other people and say, you got to do business with Sieg Taylor. He's just the greatest. So I understood the concept, but what really got me excited is that other people could see the success too that I was having. So it was like everybody's working together as a team. So that got me started, and we just took it off and ran with it, and helped as many people as we could during the process. A few years later, I would read a book. I'm big on reading books, especially books that not only empower you, but show you how to move forward. And I read a book by a gentleman by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that changed everything.
Industry book.
Absolutely industry book. He has one line about network marketing in that book, and he says it's something that people should look into. But what got me about that book is it got me thinking. And he also had a game also, and it was called Cash Flow. Well, I bought that game back in the 1990s. I spent $195 for that game. And I remember people telling me, that's crazy. But you see, I'm a big believer on feeding yourself with great stuff. And what I loved about Robert Kiyosaki is actually, he explained it so simple, in such simple terms. But anyway, we got the game Cash Flow, started playing it.
Would you say
over and over.
would you say he's probably your favorite author?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. When it comes to the business yeah, absolutely my favorite. And I remember meeting him and thanking him because I applied his principles and his concepts. I applied those. I actually did it and it worked. It worked. We own real estate. And I think that should be an end goal for anybody. Own real estate because it's always there. It's always there. I don't invest in other things other than just real estate. So anyway, but getting back to Robert Kiyosaki, this game cash flow, my kids grew up with it. We played with our kids. We'd invite neighbor kids over and played with it. We actually, my wife and I started something called Kids Without Allowances for kids. And it was just a great time playing the game. And about a year and a half ago, uh, we played cash flow. We just moved from from California to Florida, excuse me. And we sat around playing cash flow. My son just we're talking about things. And he goes, "Hey, Dad, is there a game for the network marketing industry?" And I said, I don't know. And
It's
after a little
funny.
research, I found out there was nothing.
It's funny how our kids sometimes miss the biggest points and they see the little loopholes. Because I have 3 boys, and it's crazy what
Yes,
they see
absolutely.
sometimes that we totally miss as humans. It's very intriguing.
As as adults, you're up. Ryan, that's very valid what you say. And the reason I say that is that as we get older, we tend to we tend to do things over and over again, expecting a different result. Like for example, going to church. I went to church. Today's Monday. Yesterday, went to church yesterday, and Ryan, we drove a different way. And finally, I figured out there's actually a faster way to do it. But I was afraid, not afraid, but afraid's the right word, but I got so used to going that same way that when my wife says, "I think there's a quicker way," I kind
Hamster
of went,
wheel.
"Really?" Yeah. So anyway, and so even myself, I catch myself doing things like that, which I always tell people: get out of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable with anything you do in life, just have fun, live life.
Well, that's the
So
thing today.
that's
I
how I
mean,
came.
so many people are not experiencing new things. And, what do? The average person, and I'm talking average. If you look at the study of, let's go from millennial, so 22 to, let's say 40, 45, I'm 41. They're stuck in a job doing the same thing over and over and over again and don't have a vehicle. My last podcast was about this, that doesn't have a vehicle that is going to build your wealth for the future. And, something that was said was, ask somebody, what is the largest check you could write today without it bouncing?
Yeah, exactly.
And then look at that
Exactly. That's
check and tell me how it
powerful.
makes you feel. It's
Yep.
it's it's
Absolutely.
scary. And and for all of us that have been in the industry for a while, I mean, I've got 13 years under my belt on and off different companies. You got 26. We haven't had anything out there that brings fun, generalized, let's say, fun into the room. Okay, what have we been doing? We've all, if you listen to my podcast, I say the same thing. Doing what your upline is telling you, build a list, go out there, throw up on your friends. It's old. The opportunity meetings
Yes.
have changed. We've got to have something that engages people, because people still want to get out.
Absolutely.
They like that.
Absolutely. I always call it trying to crack the nut. But you said something so important. Remember, what worked yesterday doesn't mean it works today. Okay. A lot of times, basketball is a good example. Basketball is a great example. I love basketball. It's so fast paced. But if you're going to rely on yesterday's win, and you're doing the same thing that you're doing today, you're not going to win the game. Okay. Now, sometimes you got to go back to basics and you got to set up your plays and just get back to basics and then try to figure out how to get around the opposing team. But yeah, absolutely. And that's why I developed Opportunities Game. Actually, there's a few reasons why. Um, there's a gentleman by the name of Miles Monroe, and those of you, your eyes will probably pop up. Go, I know big because I read a lot of books, but he said the something that sticks out. He says, everybody, the most popular place in any town or city is the graveyard. And I'm like, what? Because first of all, you ask, you know, everyone thinks the library is the most where all the wisdom was. A lot of people get buried, they die, and they don't share their story with them. And he says, and he told me, he said, I want you to share the story with everybody. And that's been at my heart for about 15 years now. But I kept saying, I don't want to write a book. I don't write a book. If anybody knows me, I'm so ADHD. I don't think I could sit down for 10 minutes and write a book. That's why I love games. I love having fun. And I said, what if I took all my wisdom that I've learned over the 26 years and put it into a game board here? But this is actually played in real life. And I said, uh-oh. I kind of went, all right, I think I'm on to something here. So that's really why I came out with it, is one, to leave a legacy, because everybody needs to leave a legacy. And some people may say, well, you know, I don't know anything. Yes, you do. You know something. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. That's what they told me. Everybody here that's listening knows a little bit more than the person. And our job is to just share that information with them and help them move forward. So I call that a legacy, and that's why I developed the Opportunities Game. It was quite a project, Ryan.
So you know, to take on any project like that, it's huge. I mean, it's a lot of work to put it together.
You know, and you'd mentioned something, Ryan, that really gets attention is that in today's world of network marketing, you know, the Opportunities Game is kind of an icebreaker. It's great to invite friends over, play the game, and then have the friends say, is this what you're doing? Absolutely. And
that's the magic question. If you can get them to ask that question.
Yes.
That's all. Everybody in this industry wants that. What do you do for a living?
Exactly. The curiosity. So it's really great. Do you want to go over the game?
Yeah, a couple more questions though. So, you know,
okay, absolutely.
What's unique is, you know, how, you know, I see how you got to it. And from what it's amazing to me from talking with you, this game is designed to be a profit center for someone to actually make money.
Absolutely.
And I don't know of any game, unless I'm playing poker online or going, that's the only thing I can think of that's going to pay me to actually play.
Absolutely. You know, I've got to tell you, I've had about roughly 9 professionals in the network marketing industry. Some of them are number 1 income earners in their legacy companies, actually work with me on this game. They thought it was a great idea. This is really designed for the beginner and the professional that's been doing it for as long as I have, 26 years. And as they went through the game, they said, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this, and I'm not doing this. It was like a memory jogger in their head of things that they need to do that they go, this is just great for not only me, but my team.
Because the basics haven't changed. The basics of the network marketing and MLM nothing has changed. The delivery of the concept has to get with today's marketplace.
Exactly so that's why the game, that's so important with this game. But so what I designed this game is to work side by side with your current business. Before we get into the game, but I took everything that's in this game is actually real life that I've taken from real people that I've experienced things over the last 26 years. And one of them was a lady who I know, her and her husband, and her husband absolutely put his foot down, says, you can't do network marketing, not at all. And just zero, that's it, nothing. And then she kept asking him, please, please, please. Okay, you can go one night a week out with your girlfriends, and I don't care what you do, but just not over my dead body kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And what she did is she went out one night a week and did it at home when he was at work. But I said to myself, what if I can get a mom to go out once a week with her friends and go play this game at other places? And I mean, everybody that we have we entertain a lot with our neighbors and friends and family that come over, and they're always saying, what can I bring? What can I bring? Because everybody wants to pitch in. Well, you just add that line saying, well, by the way, we're going to play this great game, opportunities. It's going to cost you $5 to play, or $10 or $20 to play. I have yet to have one person say, well, I'm not going to bring that. That's like, oh, well, that sounds like fun. That's what they say.
Do they ever wonder, are they going to win some money back?
Well, I tell them, this is part of my business that I'm doing. Yeah, and then I'll let them know, you had fun. Actually, I've never had anyone say that, but it's going to come up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
it's going to come up. But they just hand me $5. They hand me $10. They hand me $20. I'm up to $20. Okay. You get kind of confident after a while. But see what this does, it's a mindset. This whole game is a money mindset changer. So I said to myself, okay, great. If you've got a mom that goes out, husband, let's say, is like this couple that I know. By the way, the husband's all on board now. It's amazing. When the wife starts earning a lot of money, the husband goes, hey, honey, isn't our business doing great? Okay. I've seen that happen more and more times than I'd like to share with you guys. But think about this. So friends come over, and it costs $5. I just say it costs $5 to play, or $10 or $20. Now, the game costs a certain amount. And I have something that I developed. It's called an opportunities tracker, and it's downloadable. So the moment you purchase this game, you get a lot of other value. And one of them is an opportunities tracker. And so now you actually get to keep track. And this was taught to me early on. And this is something that if you guys listen to this, and ladies, listen to this, and there's something you take away from this, take this away. Because Deidre and I did very good in network marketing right off the bat. We just did really, really, really good. And we started earning money. But we started to live better than we were getting. So basically, we were spending more than it was coming in.
Happens all the time.
Like
we know
absolutely.
How many people do we know that have made millions of dollars? And, I hate throwing those numbers around in today's society and stuff like that, but that work hard, and guess what? He's got $500 in his checking account.
Absolutely. So what happened is my mentor, he said, listen, and he told it, there's a group of us. He says, guys, listen, I did not bring you into this, and I'm not teaching to live beyond your means. Okay. I want you to get out of debt.
Because that's, point, between you and me, Sieg,
yes,
that's one of the problems today in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
All of us, there's so much, you see all the fancy cars and all this stuff.
Yes.
And we did a cast on this a couple of weeks ago about, are we lying in MLM? Because, you and I have spoken offline for quite a few times, and people out there, they're driving for DoorDash or Uber or any way to make a few extra bucks. And I mean, even if you worked your hardest, we figured it out. The most you could make legally driving with Uber is only $2,000 a month. That's the cap.
That's it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
But if you can show someone, like with the game and stuff, a way to make an extra $300 to $500 a month and keep it real to people and bring it down to their level. That's what every network marketer out there that's doing something else, I tell them right now, stop it. Let's work together as a team, no matter what organization you're in.
Absolutely. And so, my mentor, he says, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pay next week's bills with the money you earned this week. Then I want you to go to next month, pay next month's bills with this month's money. And then he worked us up to, I want you to pay next year's bills with this year's money that you earned. And we talk about the Ferraris, we talk about the Lamborghinis, we talk about Santorini, Greece, we talk about Rome, Italy, we talk about traveling to Tahiti and Bora Bora and living the lifestyle. But I tell you what, everything that I learned and was from my mentor was to get out of debt. And Deidre and I, we were at this point, we were about $33,000 in debt, had a Mercedes, had another uh, probably $25,000 in other debts. And in 3 years, we got out of debt. And we would never get in debt ever again.
And you know, that's what the teaching. I mean, if we,
yes, teaching.
you know, you have kids, I have kids. They
Yes.
don't know anything about balance sheets.
Nope, they don't. And
you know, unless you're taking a financial course at the Harvard Business School or an upper level. And I can tell you, I was a business major until I dropped out, you know, and
smart move.
I said, Dad, I'm going to go open tanning salons.
Yeah, but exactly. Well, they don't teach us this stuff in school. And so I didn't like when my mentor told me that. I'll use this, instead of saying mentor, I'll say LT. I didn't like when LT told me that. It wasn't exciting. I wanted a Ferrari. I wanted a Lamborghini. I wanted to go travel around the world. But when Deidre and I, with an opportunities tracker, and it was back then it was handwritten out, but that's why I developed the opportunities tracker, is that when we got paid, I could go and say, this is how much we earned. We did fun things, don't get me wrong, but we got out of debt.
The fun things come with the work. You know, you do the work, absolutely. The fun things come. The trips come if you just do the work. The companies are going to pay you. I don't care what company you're in. Everybody in network marketing has some kind of compensation plan that if you work the ranks, you're going to go on quite a few trips per year.
Absolutely. And by the way, you had mentioned something earlier, that the concepts and the principles that this business network marketing are still the constant. They're always constant. It's just the techniques change. Okay.
Yeah,
and that changes. So one of the other, so you get an opportunities tracker on top of that. So when you buy this game, you get an email from me and saying, oh, by the way, here's your bonuses. And people are going, what? You mean I get all this other stuff? Yes. I also threw in the Millionaire Training Secrets, which is probably the greatest network training ever in the history. And I want to get into it too much, but the company that trainer trained is a $10 billion company. So you probably want to, that right there alone is worth the game. If you just put the game aside and say, I'm just going to listen to these for the next 26 years.
So what does the game cost for someone that wants to go out there and buy this thing today? First off, where do they go to get it?
Okay. Very simple. Opportunities.game.com. Make sure you spell opportunities right. If you're like a guy like me, we don't know how to spell, but opportunities.game.com. And the game is $97. Okay. However, this is 2019 right now when we're doing this podcast, and I am running a Black Friday Christmas special to where you can get the game for as little as $37. Okay. So opportunitiesgame.com for limited time only. I want people to get this in their hands. And while this is the season, this is not about me. It's about me sharing this wisdom with the world of us who are in this phenomenal industry we call network marketing.
You know, you talked about there's a bunch of, yes, you get the game, and it's a different way to engage people and to what's the right word? Introduce them to the power of leveraged income marketing. There are other words. What are the value addeds that we can tell the listeners that you have that come with this?
Well, I just said there's an opportunities tracker that comes with it. There's also the Millionaire Training Secrets. And this was a training that was done in 1981. I'm not going to give the company away, but when you listen to it, you go, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I got this in my hands. Because it's kind of been, it's just not really out there anymore. And I also have an opportunities memory jogger, which if you download will give you so many ideas on who to play this game with. And it was funny. I was playing this game, and actually one of the cards in the game says that you finally get up the nerve to talk to your stylist and the entire salon. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. What a great idea. She hadn't even thought of that, talking to, the hair salon. And guess what the hair salon is? They talk to everybody about everything. They know everything.
What's unique is what you just said to me. You're really utilizing real world practical concepts, because
This is not made up.
that's the biggest problem today. Is even myself, I talk to, we get a lot of listeners on the cast and stuff like that, but we still kind of like get tongue tied. I mean, we all do. I know even the greats are going to have a moment to where you
Yes.
saw that
Yes.
guy and you're like, why did he would have been a perfect prospect? And
Yes. Absolutely.
that is
It's all in
such
here.
major training.
It's all in here. You will. Look, here's the funny thing is I get calls and saying, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me. It's great. Or I'll get pictures of people that buy the game and they'll send me their player demographic card, which we'll get into in a minute. They'll send me their player demographic card, and I'll explain that in a minute. But yes, absolutely, Ryan. This game is real life. This is not theory. Here, my daughter just got accepted to FSU, Florida State University. And I told her, now you got to remember, your professors, they're just teaching on theory. They've never had a job in real life. They've been professors all their lives, unless the professor owns a business on the side, which most of them don't. Okay. But here's the thing about theory. It doesn't work until you go out and try to apply it, put it into application. This is not only theory, what I'm teaching here in this opportunities game, but this is actually real life where people have gone out and actually applied it and have worked for people, a lot of people. I would say, I tried to think, Ryan, the other day, I was getting excited right now because I started thinking, I go, all the people that have put their input in, just the people that help you with this game have earned over $1 billion. They've earned over $1 billion. That's how much is in this game, how much wisdom is in this game. It's unbelievable.
It's cool to see that, there's so many network marketing companies out there, and everybody is trying to, at least the top players in the industry, we're all trying to attract and bring more light to the industry. I think it's the best time ever in network marketing. I think we're poised
Absolutely.
I mean, across the board, it's the easiest of engagements because there's more people utilized to affiliate marketing and all that stuff. The millennials have that down 10 times better than I will. But
yes,
the timing couldn't be better. What about the demographic of teaching? Now, is this something, I have little kids.
Yes.
What would you say the youngest of young that could comprehend what is in this?
My gosh, I don't know. I've got an 18 and a 20-year-old now. But kids are remarkable. I think we talked about it earlier. Sometimes they bring up things where like, oh, never looked at it that way. So, I have down here, actually, I'm looking on the game board and it says ages, I think it's 8. My eyes are bad. Ages 8 and above, I think is what the game board says.
Yeah, because that's about where it is. To where, you're going to have to be able to do basic math, correct?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Basic math. Actually, it says 18 and above. But I tell you what, I wouldn't be afraid to put my kids on this game if they're 6, 8, and 9 years old. Actually, talk about family fun. Like I mentioned to you, we as a family played cash flow a lot, and that is much more complicated. Figuring out things. Okay. I'm not saying this is easy either, but just like.
So we've talked about the game. So what is the principle of the game? What are we doing when we play?
Okay. So everybody wants to have fun. Everybody wants to win. So there's 2 ways to win with opportunities. One is to land on your dream. Okay. And we've got 8 dreams that you can choose. So you can have a European sports car, that Lamborghini we talked about. Okay. A luxurious houseboat on a lake, a chateau, your own winery with your own winemaker. Okay. It always seems the ladies go for that one. Okay. A luxury motor coach. We both know somebody who loves motor coaches, Ryan. And then a home on your own private beach. I live on the beach here on the Emerald Coast of Florida. I love it. A jet plane with your own crew. I've been wanting one of those. Luxurious yacht with a crew and a mountain cabin with pristine lake. So 2 ways to win. One is you land on your dream. You enter the inner circle. I have an inner circle here. You land on your dream, or you hit the rank of diamond. Okay. That's simple, not more complicated. I designed the game to be fast, fun filled, and to be done in about 2 hours. I've had somebody win in about 50 minutes, and then I have played the game as long as 3.5 hours. Okay.
So,
But it's
you
really
can have
designed
a
for
good
2 hours.
evening with it. I mean, it's really to where you
Oh,
could invite people over and
absolutely.
enjoy an evening, and do that. Let's jump over.
Well, again,
Go ahead.
do you mind? Let me just
Yeah.
add this. Remember, my avatar is a young lady, family. She can be married, or single, doesn't really matter. But she goes and plays this once a week at a different house with different friends that she meets. Because you know what the ladies are going to say? Hey, can we play this at my house next week? And she just goes from house to house playing this game. And if she starts charging $10 and she's got 6 ladies over, she made $60 in one evening just playing a game. She goes to her opportunities tracker. She puts the money in, and she has not only got her return on her investment, okay, but she's starting to earn some extra money. And then from there, think about this, Ryan. Some of the ladies are going, well, what other business do you do? Well, I have this little side gig that I do this. Well, I'm interested in that. Well, good. Let's get together for lunch tomorrow. We'll talk some more. How cool is that?
I mean, it's remarkable because we all know one of the biggest keys to finding prospects that are 90 to 95% stronger than your average is if you can get them to spend anything on you.
Yes.
And whether it's in a game, it's opening up a trust. If you can crack that wallet, you have and it's proven, the numbers don't lie. Statistics are statistics. You have such a higher advantage than people out there. And you're not doing it in the cheesy way that a lot of us out there are doing it either. I mean, you got them, you're just talking and having fun, playing with friends.
Absolutely. Having a fun evening, going out and just playing with friends. I've done it. I do it still. I love playing this game. And I actually meet people that I don't even know. They sign up to play with me, okay, through a meetup group that I have.
I mean, the way you could leverage it. I mean, what's the max amount of players you could have?
Okay, so there's 8 player demographic cards. Okay, so you can have 8, but what I've been finding recently is that it's fun. So if there's 8 people, we actually team up and have 4 players, but both of them are teamed up. So there's so many different ways you can do it. Remember, the concepts are constant. Techniques change. And I want to add too, I have only 10 rules.
Wow.
Okay. It's not like 13 pages of rules on how to figure out how to do this. There's 10 rules. Okay. I start out with how to win. Let's get started. Read the rules out loud to everybody. And there's 10 rules. It's really that tough. Well, I had somebody call me, well, what happens when I do that? What happens in this case? I said, well, what would you do in real life? Well, I do it this way. Okay, then do it. And if it works, I'll copy you. That's what I learned how to do in this business. This business is about copying people. We actually don't get in trouble for it. We actually get paid big money for copying people.
We've talked offline quite a bit. Do you think it's harder today for us as professional network marketers, or do you think it's easier?
Oh boy, that's I mean,
it's a loaded question but I mean, the one thing that we do is like on this podcast, we whether it's sweet or sour, we're real. I mean,
I'm such because I've been doing this for 26 years. I understand what rejection is. I really understand what rejection is, but I want to say that everybody knows about network marketing. There are so many companies out doing the same thing, which is a good thing. It's just that I think a lot of people are still playing the same game that they played 10, 12 years ago, and they're spinning their wheels. What did Albert Einstein say? He says, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same result, that's insanity or something like that. I think a lot of us are doing the same thing. So I wanted to I think the timing's right. I wanted to bring a fresh perspective to something like this, to where somebody doesn't have. I mean, listen, Ryan, if I invite you over for hey, I got a business opportunity meeting at my house, that you've probably been to 15 of them already. Okay.
I do. We do 1 or 2 a week here. I mean, we still, even though we do a lot of online digital, we still do the old fashioned grab the pen and let's show the plan.
And I got people throwing knives at me right now. I'm not saying don't do that, but wouldn't it be nice to play a game like Opportunities, and then have the people that do, let's say you have, again, 6 people that play with you, and then have 2 of them say, I want to learn more about it. Then you show them the opportunity. Say, I'd love to do it. Let's get together tomorrow. Okay, boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom, boom. And next thing you know, you're showing the opportunity.
Because a lot of people still don't understand the power of the industry.
No.
Everybody's like, you're in that, because I joke around with people all the time, and I say, you know what? I'm in one of those pyramid things. That's my line. If anybody knows me, and guess what? I will discharge somebody real quick if they think they already get it or they don't get it. And it's like, next, move on.
How nice. I mean, really, that's kind of what I do too. I'm an entrepreneur. Hey, listen, if you want to get together and show you what I do, let's do it. Yes, I am in network marketing. It usually comes out. I love how many people are involved in network marketing. There's a lot of people involved, more than when I got started 26 years ago. Okay, there are more people involved now because it's kind of matured, sort of like franchising. It has matured, but it's still growing. It's not stopping.
Oh, it's not going to stop. But would you agree with me on stating that it's probably the ultimate personal development course in the world, and it's free if you have a decent upline?
Absolutely. Please always consult with your active upline. I'm very big on that. Matter of fact, before I forget, there's one other bonus that you get, and that's my wife's book. It's called Stay-at-Home Mom's Secrets, where she talks about her childhood and then what it has done for our family. But yes, absolutely right. I agree with you. Yes, absolutely. It's personal growth. I can tell you right now, with confidence, I would not be married for 28 plus years now that we've been married because of the growth. I think everybody needs to grow. And I was pretty selfish back when I first got married. Okay. And it took me a couple of years to figure it out. But yes, personal development, please. There's so much in this game. It's unbelievable.
All right. So I want to give you a couple rapid fire questions so we get to know Sieg a little better. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Okay. Movies or professional sports?
Movies.
Football or baseball?
Football.
All right. You're agreeing with about 80% of the same things that I answer when I do that, to have some fun with some people.
Absolutely. It's fun. It is. It's a quick, bam, bam, bam. I hope I got it.
No, it just lets people 80%. Kind of like know that we're real out there. And
absolutely.
It's, we've together, we know a lot of industry players. I mean, your list of who and I know it's a little crazy. And the listeners out there. So tell us again where we can find opportunities.
Well, just go online to opportunitiesgame.com. Opportunitiesgame.com. That's plural. And you'll right away see a quick little video of me explaining why I developed this game. And then you just go ahead and order. But the key is get it in your hands. Here's what's happening. People are getting this and getting what a great gift for their team members. What a great gift. Like I say, right now as low as $37.
You just said something that's awesome. If you had someone on your team, and the way I was thinking of leveraging this is we all have, I'm a big person of, you have to make that, you have to bring congratulations to the little wins in this industry, especially in the beginning. And if you can get some people that can tier to whatever your comp plan is within your organization at a certain time, what a great gift from your sponsor is like, hey, that comes in the mail to them, like, hey, awesome job, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, absolutely.
That would touch me. If I got a card with that in the mail, that would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. We talked about our upline, but the downline is just as important. You nurture them, you take care of them, you just be there for them. And a lot of times just a text, say, hey, I was just thinking about you today. I hope everything's going okay. I'm here for you if you need anything. Okay. Because everybody goes through stuff. We all do.
It's tough, because I still believe there's more people in this industry just to be recognized than to do anything else. because
Absolutely.
it's very
Absolutely.
sad where we're at
Yes.
in the world today, you know?
Yes. Well, it's easy. I mean, it used to be a lot tougher to find negativity. Now you just go on any social media platform. I actually had to tell one of my friends who's from high school, guy, you're gonna kill. You're gonna get a heart attack. I mean, he's just so negative. And I'm like, dude, we love you here, but you're gonna have to stop it for your own health's sake. And it's just so easy to get caught up in. I get caught up in it. Okay,
Mhm.
that's why I go to the books. I'm holding one right now, and if those of you who are listening to the podcast, it's called Peaks and Valleys, and it's by Spencer Johnson. If you may know him from Who Moved My Cheese, but Peaks and Valleys.
You like
Okay,
it?
uh, absolutely, it's in my game.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Because I haven't read that book yet. That's one I haven't. I just finished The Compound Effect?
oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, from what's his name? Oh, yes, absolutely good.
I
Great,
forget.
great. Yes.
Oh, it's
Oh,
driving me nuts.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, and that's what this game. I have 5 decks of cards, and one of them is Peaks and Valleys. Okay, everybody has peaks and everyone has valleys, and it took me a while to figure that one out. I'm like,
Can you
geez,
get wiped
I'm
out in
dying.
the game? Like, could you have your MLM or your dream just nuclear
No,
gonzo?
no, 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 no. But you can land on tax audit, and you are in big trouble. The IRS does not like that. I'm really big on. This is a game. It's a financial game too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this game is about opportunities. What is your dream? But it's a financial game too. And if you land, in Monopoly, you land on you go to jail, right? You go to
Mm-hmm.
jail. Well, here you land on tax audit, which I think is actually worse than jail. It's a mental. Oh my gosh. So I want people to start becoming aware of is that when they start earning money, don't go to H&R Block. Actually find a professional that can help you, because there's 2 types of IRS tax codes, 2 types, one
Mm-hmm.
for the informed people and one for the uninformed people.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
And those, think about this. You may spend, and I don't know what a good CPA runs. I don't take care of that. My wife does, but she saves us a lot of money every year
Most good
from.
CPAs will make you money, not cost you money.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to teach in the game. So I can go from a tax audit that is a little bit of a bummer. You can land on charity too. You actually have to pay 10% of your income that you work out here. But charity, who doesn't want to give to charity, right? So,
You said something
and
a second ago about dreams, and
yes,
I'm a big proponent of. I believe in affirmations. I believe in people.
yes,
If you put your mind to something, write it down. It's gonna come true if you just work hard enough. Do you think
absolutely.
the world today? I mean, now this is a far out there question. Do you think the average have kind of lost the way to dream?
Oh, well, one of the first things, if I sponsor you, one of the first things I ask you, what's your dream? And I get this deer in the headlight look, like, and I let them stumble for about 30 seconds. I don't say nothing. And then we start saying, I go, why don't you start dreaming? And then we'll talk about it at a later point. And I actually have people that will call me up and goes, I forgot how to dream. I don't
Mhm.
know how to dream. And that's what's so great about children. That's why I'd rather be with kids any day than adults. Okay.
Well,
Because
the kid effect. I say, you put 3
yeah,
kids on a playground, they're friends within 5 minutes. You
exactly.
put us adults
Exactly.
in the same situation. I coach Little League Baseball, perfect example. All the kids
Yeah.
are sitting there playing within 5 minutes. All the parents at the party
Yeah.
the other day, they're all spread out around the room and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to curl them in to get them just to grab a piece of pizza or something. It's like, people,
Exactly.
take from your kid, learn, and it's so much better.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely. One of the decks is Peaks and Valleys. Like I said, I want to go to Dreams next, but I don't want to skip over Peaks and Valleys. So let's say you land on a Peaks and Valleys, and you grab one of the cards. Peaks and valleys. That's kind of positive and negative. Everybody wants to be on a peak. They don't want to be in a valley. So I pick up one here. It says, your mother-in-law finally engages after watching closely for 6 months. She shoots to the top of the first rank. That's a peak. And you get to move up 1 rank, okay, because of that. So I grab another Peaks and Valleys, and I'm going to grab a valley here. It says, you decided to do your own taxes instead of going to a professional, go straight to tax audit valley, add $50 a month to your expense. So that's just a couple of
This
the
is
peaks
real
and
world
valleys.
stuff. I mean, I didn't realize it.
Absolutely.
You know, how I didn't get to ask you, how long did it take you to really concept to a finished product? I mean, I got to hand it to you because, you know, I've done quite a few companies myself that I have taken something from thin air that didn't exist, created it,
Yes.
and it's somewhere today. I mean, just to be able to have a tangible, sellable product
Yes.
is just give yourself a hand. You know,
Well,
congratulations, buddy.
I've got to thank my wife because Deidrean, she spell checked a lot. So we played the game in August. That's what I was dropped into my brain. September started working on it. I had to first draw something out and make sure it kind of worked. So it was kind of September, October. By November, Thanksgiving, I had a piece of paper, 11 by 14 sheet of piece of paper drawn out, no colors or nothing, just some boxes. And I played with my kids during Thanksgiving, and Mackenzie was here from college and stuff. And then they're laughing, and I go, do you guys like this? Oh, Dad, yeah, this is great. I'm like, you're not kidding me, Dad. We trust me. We tell you the truth. You know, I'm like, wow. And then I remember, so it was functional. It was working functional. I'm like, okay, I think I can get this to work. I mean, kids are having fun with this. And then I called a friend of mine up and said, well, Lawrence, I think it's working, but I have no idea where to even start. He goes, Sig, the game board industry, it's huge. They have conventions and stuff. I go, they do? So I did a little bit of research, got online, met a great guy he's 52 years old. So he's a few years younger than me. That's been doing this since he's been 18 years old, making game boards.
Wow,
And
cool business.
And so now we got Thanksgiving, we got December, and about the middle of January is when we spent 4 hours and he was just pulling everything out of my head. And the next thing he did is he came back to me a few days later and he had what I wanted. And envision a beautiful Swiss Alps, because remember peaks, and then beautiful Swiss green valleys. And that's what this game is. And people who look at this go, I've been to that place, and I won't give it away yet because I want people to, get excited about this. But this is actually from the Swiss Alps in Switzerland. So we go to dreams. Oh, by the way, peaks and valleys. Each card has on it peaks and valleys is how you navigate through life, is how you handle the peaks and valleys. Now, dreams, and I love dreams. This is my favorite one. Dreams is, if you land on dreams, it says, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And so you just kind of grab one of the dreams, and I got one here. It says 4-day ski trip to Park City, Utah. Add $1,250 a month to your income. Okay. Another dream is every month you stand out in front of a supermarket and hand out $50 food certificates to people as they walk in. Add $1,000 a month to your income. Okay. I'm going to read a couple more here. You decide to enroll in dance lessons. Add $200 a month to your income. 200 points. It's also based on points too, by the way. That's how you move up in rank. And then here's one that's a favorite of mine, and this comes from a young lady that I know. I'm just so proud of her. But it says, after 18 months with your new company, you're able to pay off all your credit cards. The interest payments alone add up to $400. Add $400 a month to your income. Because remember, when you get those credit cards all paid off, the interest that you save is huge. And she saved $400 a month.
So that means $400 a month would do to the average person today.
Oh, I know. And if they got out of debt, that's why I did this. One other thing too about dreams is, as people are playing this, I told you I had 9 people that are professionals in this industry. One of the couples came back to me and goes, we're having a tough time with this dreams. Aren't dreams expenses? I go, no. Rich people look at dreams as assets. Poor people look at dreams as expenses. So, and they kind of look, they kind of like did this, You're right. What are we thinking? You see, it's all about mindset, changing our mindset.
Hmm.
Okay. To live in abundance, not in scarcity. Okay. But we tend to go to scarcity a lot. And I'm looking at my in the mirror right now when I'm saying that. So dreams, remember, all these dreams that you get. I have one here. You now have a gardener at $100 a month and 100 points to your income and balance worksheet. When you can have a gardener, that means you're making an extra $100 to be able to afford that gardener now, or whatever it may be.
The passion that you show towards this product is it emulates to the way you talk. I don't know if you realize it or not, but
Oh, thank you. No, I just get fired up because I just love helping people. That's why I've been in this. This is the people's business. So I really, I'm very humbled. Thank you very much for that nice compliment.
so you got two more cards here. Let's roll through these quick here.
Oh,
What do you got?
I got three. Actually, got three more cards.
Okay.
I got. I'll start with systems. Okay, and systems is people build systems. Systems create wealth. And I just pick up a systems card here. It says you teach your team to invest in themselves by reading and listening to books that will expand and change their mindset. We just talked about that. Add $500 a month to your income. Because guess what happens when everyone on your team, when their minds are expanding,
Mhm.
oh, watch out, watch out. I'll grab another systems card real quick. Just kind of, oh, you didn't properly help your new team member get started. You told them to call the company if they had any questions. Lose $100 a month of your income. I mean,
these are such real world. What's funny is if you're in this industry and you're really in the industry,
yes.
how many times do we enable people?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Don't you think onboarding is one of the most important things that we can do today to actually save ourselves a big headache?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, opportunity is the next card
Okay.
deck, and you know what? I'm gonna leave that to the last. I'm gonna go to distractions first. So
Wait,
we
wait,
got
wait, 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 wait. Distractions.
dis-
Do you think we're
distraction.
distracted, Ed, in the world today?
Well, here's one. I just picked up a distractions card. You have a tendency to put things off. Because of that, you miss the business training, lose $100 of your monthly income.
Mm.
What do you think? Oh, here's another one. You missed the new big announcement from the president of your company because you were watching your sports team play. Lose 10% of your monthly income.
Is there the convention on there?
Yes, there's a lot of distractions in here. And by the way, all distractions are equal. There's good
Mhm.
distractions, there's bad distractions. Okay? They're all equal. All
Do you have anything in
distractions
there?
are
I'm just curious. Do you have anything about like income producing activities?
um well, yes, this whole thing is about income, showing people how to change the mindset. So the opportunities card, I'm gonna go to the last deck
Yep.
here, and there is you give back by buying the person in front of you a cup of coffee. They are thankful. You both sit down and start to talk. After you leave, you send them the opportunity video. You follow up and they enroll at $100 a month. Okay. Here's another opportunity. You purchase the materials for your dream board. The sales clerk is curious and loves the idea of a dream board. You get her number and send her over the opportunity video. You follow up and enroll her at $150 a month and 150 points.
This is just it's amazing how I don't care if you're in the supplement side, you're selling energy, if you're selling cosmetics, anything. Yeah,
Services.
there's so many different marketing companies out there that can do a multitude of different things, but
Yes.
it fully encapsulate everyone is your target market in this business. So I'm curious, now you've got a game that's real and it's here. What is the marketing
Yes.
strategy behind it?
Well, what's the best way to promote network marketing? It's word of mouth.
Yep. Yep.
As
Yep.
I'm getting this game in people's hands, I'm getting pictures. Like I say, they're actually texting me pictures and saying, I'm going to go over the demographic cards, but the last picture I got from the person that just bought the last game that she just received, and it says, wife, husband not supportive. Okay. And then on the back side, it says, I actually have a stay-at-home mom raising 3 kids, excited about starting her own business and earning extra income. Husband doesn't understand why she wants to become an entrepreneur. He discourages her along the way. I mean, this is real stuff. And then I have a single mom with one child. And I'm not reading everything, just a little bit, but single mom, college educated, works as a teacher. She's looking for extra income because her money always ends before the month does. Hello, gig economy. I got a single man here, which he works in construction. He loves his job. However, recently he was passed over for promotion, which he felt he earned. The promotion went to the boss's new son-in-law. How many times have we heard that story? I have grandparents. Grandparents are feeling a sense of emptiness since retirement. They decide to find like-minded people who love helping others. You know, I have a single dad with 2 children. I have a single woman. I have a married couple, and then I have a husband whose wife is not.
I mean,
supportive.
you've hit the nail on the tee there. I mean, you've got
every demographic I've got on.
The amount of thought that goes into it. It's intriguing. There's a lot more to it, even when I thought. You know, you and I talked months back in August. You're kind of hinting a little bit of what was going on there, and I was like, wow. Have you thought about doing an affiliate program for people to be able to resell it and make a few dollars making the game besides playing the game?
Yes, I would like to do that. And I probably will. Like I say, the retail price is $97. And for Christmas here, I'm just kind of blowing it out because I want to get it in people's hands. But yes, I do want to add an affiliate program, because how nice would it be for that mother to go out and play, let's say once a week with the girls' night out, make $60 for playing the game, and have one of the people say, hey, I'd like to get one of those games. I'd love to have one. And then have her get that through an affiliate program and earn an extra $25. Now she's going from $60 to $85 a night. I mean, who does that in about 4 hours? I mean, she comes home, guess what she's going to do? She's going to shove that money right up her husband's or right in front of her husband's face. You know what I mean?
Don't tell that to my wife.
And he's going to go girl, go girl. I mean, that's, you know how men are. I know how to. So, but yes,
you know, as guys, it's sad to where, you know, a lot of us don't give our wives the credit that they really deserve.
Oh, no, I'll tell you, absolutely. Without my wife, I wouldn't know what to do, and she knows it. I'm very thankful because I tell her every day.
That's true. So if you go to opportunitiesgame.com, I assume shipping free? Yes, no?
Yes, shipping's free. Absolutely. I believe in that, shipping free. The only last thing that we haven't talked about, which is probably the everything's important, but this is the important part, is you get an income and balance worksheet. And this is where everything's done. This is where you when you earn money, gross income, you have business expenses, and then you have your net income. And I have 2 columns here, column 1 and column 2. And all those columns are as you go back and forth. So if you're in column 1 and then you pick up a card and you earn some money, or you have to pay an expense, you write it down in column 2. Your upline in the game, because you have an upline, you have a downline in the game.
Oh, wow.
They verify this. And once they verify that, you just erase the one column, and then you just go back and forth from column 1 to column 2, back and forth. Okay. But yeah, you have your player name, you have your demographic card that you picked, you write down your dream, and you actually have your upline and what level you're on. And if there's 6 people playing, you go from level 1 to level 6.
Oh, so 6 levels, okay, to get to the diamond level in the game.
No. There's, like I say, 8 people can play, so there's 8 levels. But you get to diamond, you have to earn 10,000 points. Okay. You get to emerald, you earn 8,000, but then you can go for the inner circle.
Gotcha. It's a lot like the rank systems in all of our businesses, really. So, a funny
absolutely.
question. I'm just dying to know, whose face is on the dollar bills?
Well, there's okay. So I'm very humble, but the game maker said, Sig, you've got to put your name in there. So, but no, there's no face. Actually, It says in peaks we trust.
Okay.
So it's actually a picture of the mountains. And it says in peaks we trust, because we all want to be in peaks. So it's funny. In peaks we trust. So there's no face on the money. However, there are mountains, and we all want to be on the peaks.
And that can be taken in more ways than others.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the game is great. I'm really excited to get out there and play it. I've got to place my order tonight after we get off this, and you and I will be getting together playing a couple rounds here soon.
I can't wait. I can't wait, Ryan. I really appreciate you taking the time. I love what you're doing with network freaking marketing and what you're doing for people and helping them out. It's absolutely unbelievable. So I am completely honored and humbled that you would have me on this evening. Thank you very much.
Hey, we appreciate it. And guys, listeners, don't forget, if you see us on iTunes or Google Play, go out there and give us 5 stars. It helps us out there and keep the content rolling your way. Or you can go to networkfreakingmarketing.com for a 5-day master pack. We give you 5 days of value pack information directly to your inbox. Sieg, I want to thank you again, and have a wonderful night. And
thank you.
Deidre's your wife, right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, Deidre.
Okay. I knew it, but I just want to make sure I had it right. So, but thanks a lot for getting on. We'll have you on again. I want to do a follow-up with you in a couple months or after the Christmas holiday and see how sales are and all that good stuff. And
absolutely. Always love to do that.
Cool.
Okay.
Buddy, have a great night, and I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good night.
Hey guys, it's Ryan here, and I want to thank you for listening to Network Freaking Marketing Radio. If you like what we're doing, head over to iTunes and give us a like. Also, if you'd like to get our 5-day master pack, head over to networkfreakingmarketing.com.